Hey guys. Okay, so I'm hoping you can hear me. My son is asleep. Like I said, big changes. My baby son is 26. He came back from Ohio, so I'm super excited, but he's sleeping downstairs. So I'm gonna try to be quiet. Anyway, so I thought I would do a little like kind of get ready with me. I'm not really gonna do too much because like I said, I'm going to work. So I'm probably really just gonna like do minimum things. But anyway, so for those of you who've been following me, you know that I got a new job and I am a leasing consultant for a property that is based on your income. And I have just like noticed a lot of things that I thought were just really interesting. And I grew up in a property that was based on income, and for a while when I was a single mom, I also lived in one as an adult with my kids. So I have a lot of experience being the child in the situation, the adult parent in the situation, and now on the other side, seeing how the, kind of the business side runs. And I thought what I would do is kind of chat about some of like the scams that I see. I'm gonna say scams. They're not scams, just like, I guess people trying to get away with stuff, I guess would be the more direct term. Like, and let me start by saying, with the based on your income thing, that is castor oil and frankincense, by the way. I've been trying that out. Anyway, when you have a based on your income situation, you have to pay 30% of your income, okay? Now, of course, nothing from nothing is nothing. So 30% of nothing is nothing, which means some people get free rent. Some people's rent is like super, super cheap. And some people's rent is, pretty close to market. My beef with that is that 30% to me, when you have very little, or you're raising children by yourself, or what have you, if you're needing a situation like a based on your income, 30% seems very high to me. Now, that's not something that the apartments do. I think that is like a government regulation, and I get it, but my beef with it is that 30% is just really close to half. Okay, and it's not like the rest of the world is out here saying like, oh, well, you can pay 30% of your light bill, or you can pay 30% for your kids' clothes, or, whatever. Like, 30% is a lot. So I think what happens with that is that, if you've ever been on the system, every bit of income you have is looked at, okay? So everything that you bring in, everything that's gifted to you, anything like that, they want to know about it because they're giving you assistance. Okay, cool, rightfully so. But the thing is, and it's because you're getting all this help that they want to do that. Okay, cool. But 30% of a little, it just seems really high to me, and it warrants these issues that I'm about to talk about. So one of the one of the biggest issues that I see is people having other people stay with them who are not on their lease. Lots of times it's because that person that they are having on their lease can't pass the qualifications to get on the lease. Like, maybe they've got an unlawful detainment, which means they had to be, physically removed from a property for being evicted. Or maybe they have charges of some sort that would warrant them not being able to get on the property, or various other things could be, why, or maybe they have a dual, they're listed on a property somewhere else. It could be many things, but that's the number one thing. Well, I say that there's two like number one spots. The other thing that I see a lot of is people not reporting their income. So they're getting they think that they're getting paid under the table and that they can't be, you know, found out about, or, you know, something like that. But what they don't know is anytime your social security number hits, we have a system that will tell us where that social security card went to. Oh, I don't like that. So if you get a new job, we know about it, you know, kind of thing. If you start a business, we know about it. So it's because when your recert comes up, now they're the system that we use, let me say this, you can't just go in the system and look for anybody anytime you want to. Like that's not how it works. Like it is massively, it is security out the wazoo, like, you know, the system or whatever. So I don't know why, but it is. So you can't just go looking through it because you want to. Like there has to be something, a reason, a recert, you know, someone said something, reported, you know, whatever. But we do get that information, and we're able to see it. And I know recently we've had where we're getting, you know, we can see people's Cash App statements, their Venmo statements. Like, so there's, unless you're getting like literally cash under the table and no one knows about it and everyone likes you, they're going to find out about it. And what happens is, let's say that you've had a job for 6 months that was paying you back Cash App, PayPal, whatever, you know, something like that. And you didn't tell anyone about it. And then we find out about it. What they would then do is you would then be responsible for market rent. And then they would go back and calculate all of the rent that you should have paid off of that job, even if you don't work there anymore. Like, even if it's a situation where you don't even work there anymore, you still are responsible for the times that you did. And for us, it can mean that you have to pay all of that, or you have to get on a payment plan. If you get on a payment plan and you miss a payment, that's it. You're gone. Which leads me to the other stuff. So where I am, I only work, well, I work 3.5 days a week at this job. I have been the only one in that office. There's other people around that work around me in the offices, but I'm the only one that works in the property manager office right now. That's about to change. But we don't know what's going on in your neighborhood. Like, none of us know. We don't live there. We're going home, you know, at the end of the day. Like, we're only there for a couple hours, so we don't know what's going on in your neighborhood. You know why we know? Because people come and tell us. Like, literally, people come tell us everything. They either one or two things. Either they snitch on themselves because they, I guess, feel bad or guilty or whatever, or they're coming and they're telling us about everything their neighbor's doing. So the weird thing is, when you've got someone that's coming into your office all the time and they're constantly talking about other people, 9 times out of 10, we know that you're hiding something and you're deflecting that information. Not always, but a lot of the time, it's because you've got something going on and you don't want us to know about it, so you're deflecting. There's like tenants in there, and this is like a smaller complex that I work at. There's tenants in there that I don't even know what they look like. I don't know anything about them until someone says so-and-so was doing this or that, and then I find out. So anyway, it's just a trip. Like, there's been a lot of, for the most part, I want to say though, it's a beautiful, wonderful community, and I love it very, very much. I love the company that I work for. I love what they stand for. But yeah, it can get kind of cat and mousy when you have people doing like the wrong thing, or people who are like needing extra income and they're not going about it the right way with us. So it can get real dicey. So if that is like, we have a saying, my husband and I have a saying, it's protect the nest, right? Like, the house comes first. Like, if you're stuck between paying this bill or that bill, the house bill comes first. because you have to protect the nest. And I think that that's something that people really need to realize. If you're in a position where you are having to live in a low income place, they're not, usually the wait list is years and years long. They're hard to get into. If you are fortunate enough to get into one, protect the nest and do what you're supposed to do, because it's not worth getting kicked out for, and then having nowhere to go, you know, and then not being able to like re-rent at these properties. So anyway, I don't know if you guys found that interesting. I'm about to go to work. I love you. Bye.